Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you guys are having a beautiful, awesome day. And today I'm going to be showing you guys my color settings, but I'm also going to be talking about a lot of other tips that can help you throughout this video for your streaming and making it look a lot better than what it can be, because I'm all about the viewer experience. And again, a lot of people ask me about this all the time on stream and how I get my colors to look the way they are. So when I go on stream, this is what my colors look like. Everything like this, it pops, it looks good, it feels right. It's just so nice, because when you're playing competitive and you're a professional gamer like I am, I want to have a competitive advantage by seeing people first, or having things pop with color, whether that's red or blue or whatever. The outlines of enemies are going to pop up to me a lot better. So again, the colors just look so good in this game when you turn up the saturation. However, when you turn it down, this is negative 100. You can do that. I don't know why you would. And this is 0. So when you load into the game, most people are going to see this. You can see how huge of a difference that was from when I first showed you the colors to what it is now. Again, it just looks bland and dull, and it doesn't look too good. So what you can do to do this on any game, I'll show you what it looks like on CS and Apex and maybe a few other games, but what we're going to do is we're going to jump into our streaming PC, which is right here, and I'm going to show you how to get these settings. So a lot of people think it's NVIDIA. It is in one side, but on the streamer and the viewer side, it's not. So let's go ahead and jump in this PC over here, and this is my streaming PC. Here's the streaming PC right here. I have the Elgato 4K utility. I just don't even remember what Elgato this is. I think it's the Elgato 4K Pro or something like that. So what you want to do is exit this out, and you can go here in the cog wheel up there, and you can scroll this left and right, and this is how you change the color profile just for the viewer. It's easy as that. And when I change it here, it correlates and it shows what it looks like on the actual stream, which is really cool, because again, if you're playing CSGO, if you're playing Apex, if you're playing Valorant or the new Assassin's Creed or whatever it may be, you have choices to make before like what the color saturation is going to be. It's going to be super nice because you can kind of like skip this step completely when you're editing the video. So it's super nice, and anything that you see or my gaming PC sees is going to be changed. So it could be YouTube, that could be games, that could be anything that my gaming PC sees. The saturation is going to carry over. It's not just per game. That's why you have to change it every single time, whether if you're watching a YouTube video or you're doing all that stuff. That's what it looks like. Another streaming tip for you guys, a lot of people have asked, this is a Canon R6 Mark II, I believe, with a 15 to 35 millimeter lens. So when I'm just chatting and doing something like this, it gives it a more lively view of the background and everything like that. So it looks really cool. And when you want to, you can punch in and zoom in. So when you're gaming and everything like that, it looks more like this. I think it looks a lot better than just something like this, right? So you just punch it in a little bit. It gives more of that face cam depth of field, and that kind of like focuses on you while you're playing the game, as well as not giving the viewer too much stuff to be distracted on the background, and it's just more on you in the gameplay. So it's super cool, and that's another little tip that I do. I also record everything through OBS or Streamlabs or everything like that. So if I get a donation on stream, or I get rated for 1,000 viewers, or something spectacular happens, like you joining the stream and following, I can get that live regardless if I'm playing a clip or whatever, then cut it down and edit it later. So what we're going to go ahead and do now, I showed you Valorant. I have CSGO 2 open in the back as well. So this is what CSGO 2 looks like on a normal color profile without any colors added. As you can tell, for a game like this, it doesn't have a lot of color besides like the knives if you have those, but or skins just in general. But if you look down here, these are all like the default skins. There's no color whatsoever. Even when you inspect them and stuff like that, it's really bland and stuff like that. So when you go up and you go through the menus, everything looks, again, just super bland with no color. So this is a 0% profile with no color. And again, all I'm doing is going to my streaming PC and moving this up. For CSGO, I personally like having it at 100, because again, the lack of color, you got to make up for the saturation. So now this is at 100%, and it's just super nice. Everything looks a lot cleaner. The knives look great when you put the reflections on like this. The skins look good. All the skins that you can pick up mid-game, everything just looks a lot better when you have color for this particular game, because again, the lack of color it has versus something like Apex. So Again, just depending on what game you play, it's going to like tell you what your color profile can be. And of course, if you don't like 100% saturation, of course you can go to 50%, you can go to 0%, you can go to 10 or 20%. So it doesn't have to be as crazy, but as it gives you that control that you're going to want to have for your stream, for the viewer experience to look a lot better than just everyone else's stream. And this is just a little tip that I use for that. So I gave you tips for the camera. I gave you tips for my color settings and how I do that. Now let me show you one more color tip and how I use double OBS, and that would be today's video. So if you are just a casual gamer, if you're just a gamer yourself and you just got your PC and you want to make your colors look like that, and you're like a professional gamer, or you're just hanging out, whatever, what you want to do is go to a video control panel, scroll down here, go to color settings down here, and it says adjust color settings. And if I move left and right, you can see nothing's happening on the streaming PC or like on the Elgato. But for me on my gaming PC, I can see this change crazy. This is black and white, and this is just way oversaturated. The Elgato, you can go all the way to 100 because those color profiles aren't as strong as the videos, but they still give that nice little spice. All right. So if you go to 50%, this is what default is, and if you go to 53%, this is what I like to do, because I like having the same color quarter, like same colors for my gaming PC as what my stream sees. So I don't see something normal, but my saturation is shot up to the stream, and it could look different. It's going to go completely different from what I'm like seeing and what I'm recording. I'm like, oh, this game looks great. I want to keep them the same so I can like edit and be like, okay, that looks similar to my eye, that's similar to my viewer's eyes, and I can keep that. So I keep it around 53%. So if you want to copy my settings, here they are, and you go ahead and apply, and you set that straight. Now, another thing that I've had problems with the dual PC setup in the past is screen tearing. So another thing that I do is keep two OBSs open, and one is going to be for your stream, and one of them is just going to be a mirror. Because if you use the Elgato and you're using the Elgato just to record straight out of the gameplay, it will look really good. It'll probably have higher quality than what I have now, but at what sacrifice? I have 350 hertz monitors. I've had a 500 hertz monitor. I've had all these different monitors, and Elgato only keeps an Elgato 4K at 240 FPS, I believe. So I had to downgrade to a 240 FPS monitor at 2K. So it kind of sucked in that sense, because I have to now open up two OBSs, one for my streaming PC to stream the gameplay, and then one to actually record the gameplay. So if I cut off OBS and I turn this off, you can't see what my mouse is doing, and everything just disappears, and it just looks weird. So what I have to do is open OBS. You're not even seeing this right now because OBS is closed. So what I have to do is go to Elgato 4K. I have to go to display. I have to go to full screen, and I got to go to 4K Pro and like pretend like this is a second monitor to screen capture, so it doesn't screen tear. And if you don't know what screen tearing is, once you see it, it's hard to unsee. And I hated it. I hated my streams. I hated my YouTube videos, and I'm a perfectionist, and it stopped me from making YouTube videos for the longest time. If you look at my video for my new monitor that I got that I'm using right now, that was like 9 months ago, I told you that I would show you guys these settings, and I'm finally doing that now. So again, this is just the 4K capture, 2K, at whatever, like none of this stuff matters. Make sure it's this one and not the BenQ, the monitor itself, because if you do, you get this whole type of weird shit like this. It's crazy. It freaked me out when I first did it, but no big deal. Just find the cursor and go back. It would disappear and everything like that. So I have a double OBS setting for that reason, so the screen tearing looks good. And again, I showed you the color settings on how to change it as if you just wanted to have a higher, like good looking gameplay yourself. I showed you how to do it for your viewers in your stream and your YouTube video, so you can cut out the editing process with the color grading for each individual clip. And I also showed you kind of like just like the overall, like, you know, recording things for me. I use OBS, I use Streamlabs, I use everything besides the Elgato software, because if something happens cool on stream, I want to be able to look at it. I want to be able to go back on it. I want to be able to have my overlays and stuff for my sponsors. I want to be able to have like my biggest donators and everything like that, my recent followers. All of this is because of you guys, and I don't want to leave you guys out. If something cool happens, I want to always show you and everything like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you one more thing before I get off this YouTube video. Is here's the settings here. I know a few people ask my Valorant settings all the time, so you guys can copy that. I usually just keep this here. And here is my You could do 4K at 120. I don't really do that too much because it messes up with the stream. Let me change my color settings because it's already bugging me when I look over. So it gives it that little flare. There you go. And then we have, I use personally right now 2K at 240 because this allows my stream not to be screen teared. If you guys have any way of fixing a screen tearing issue with a dual PC setup with using a 500 Hz monitor or 300 Hz monitor or anything above 240 and it won't screen tear, please let me know. I would be super grateful because I'm not sure how to do it and I haven't figured it out. And when I do, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, these are my settings, audio settings. I have the Rodecaster Pro 2. I did have the Go XLR, but not anymore. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for all the support and everything that you guys do for these videos. And I hope this helped out. I hope this helped your workflow come into more of a flow state versus a stressful state. And I hope this changes your color settings so it can look good for your streams. So love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate your time. These videos are from my daily streams over on Twitch, and if you haven't already, join the Discord below, subscribe, like the video, and if you want to support the channel even further, check out the merch down below.